Outspoken, a Queer 101 is a presentation that is based off of my own lived experience as a proud member of the 2S LGBTQIAP+ community. It focuses on teaching folks about the many identities that make up queer culture.
Presentations like this are important just to have community awareness and educate people.
It is important to note that learning about 2S LGBTQIAP+ culture is a lifelong commitment.
I loved every minute of it. It was just so dynamic. You know, it's just nice to be able to talk about issues in a safe space like this and learn something new.
My hope is that everybody from everywhere takes the time to at least learn and just love everyone.
It's literally about taking everything we see here and say, I don't actually know who you are. Why don't you tell me who you are? So how do you figure out somebody's pronouns? What are your pronouns? And it's that easy.
Like when he talked about how, just ask their pronouns, you know what I mean? And not just to assume. We got to respect that.
Once you treat a group of people as if they belong to a culture and you start doing trainings based around cultural sensitivity to that demographic, people respect it in a different way and people are listening in a different way.
This is something that should be given in every organization, and it shouldn't be something that's so hard to find. We're working how we deal with people and how we interact with people because it's important to know these different sides.
We exist in this world where we are seen as having only two genders, where there's either male or female.
One thing that stood out to me was gender can exist on a spectrum and it's fluid, so it's not always static. Gaining that understanding is probably what's most important right now.
And what happens is when we only see gender in two different pieces, male and female, is a lot of people fall through the cracks. And a lot of supports are missed, and a lot of understanding is missed when we are trying to build and nurture relationships.
When I started to understand that spectrum piece, I think it really helped me to accept people. That's what I try to tell, especially people of my age, accept that it's on a spectrum. Then it all makes sense, right? Like there's no right or wrong. It's like people exist in all forms and fashion, right?
Because the truth is, you as a human being, you are going to make mistakes, especially when we are talking about pronouns. The importance of making a mistake with pronouns is the rebound. You apologize, you be grateful, and you thank whoever made the correction. You make the correction, and you move on. That's it.
I work with a lot of different people. Some people identify in different ways, and it's kind of like understanding how they want to be identified is really, really important because like what he said, they want to be seen, and in order for them to be seen, we got to acknowledge who they are.
I just wanted to gain some knowledge because I have a transgender nephew.
Many of you know a transgender person, maybe a few transgender people in your lives. Somebody's transness and somebody's transition is a very individualized experience, and all looks different. It's all an individual journey, just as your journey is individual to you. They are the most systemically and interpersonally at risk for being harmed in our world. So we need to do better for our transgender brothers and sisters.
It's not always like an open conversation, and there's many misconceptions, especially being in a small town. It really brings awareness.
Being gay myself, I don't really follow that kind of culture, and walking away with some knowledge today about myself and my community.
As long as your organization is living as the spirit that it is, I think that continuous focus and education on 2S LGBTQIAP+ culture, as well as other cultures, must be committed to.
So that you know your clients, how to talk to them, how to respect their boundaries, and how they want to be perceived.
The more we challenge these ideas, the more the next generation will feel safe and things like this will be normalized. So it is all of our duties to kind of create spaces for others.
I think it'll be good, especially in schools, workplaces.
To learn more about the queer community, maybe get some tools to be a better ally.
There needs to be more visibility that it's okay to be who we are in this day and age, because when I came out at the age of 15, I had nobody
Everybody needs to be just more aware of it and including these issues when they're talking to each other.
Changing our language is super important. Changing other people's language is super important. For example, if you're at a family gathering and you hear someone say, "Oh, I hate this Bannock, it's so gay." That's gay. For me, as a queer person, I implore you, please, to put a stop to that language. When we tell you of our experiences, when we tell you who we are, believe us.
It's okay for all of us to be different. Who am I to judge another person? Let people be who they are.
If you can support queer folks and educate those who do not know of queer culture, then you start to be able to meet in the middle and find some sort of foundation of safety for all within the workplace and all within life.
And I just want to leave you with this final thought. In a world of so many colors, stories, experiences, and spirit, we sometimes forget that the most important of pronouns is we. Miigwetch.